Say now, you boys look kind of familiar. Ain't you them kids that were on that Beavis and Butt-head show on MTV?
So hey guys, welcome to another video. So this is a DVD set that I've been holding on to for a while, and I kind of held off on reviewing it for you guys because there is a lot of content in this DVD set. Basically, you get the entire Beavis and Butt-head TV series in this collection. You also get Beavis and Butt-head Do America, the 1996 film that was about the show, in this collection as well. So you just get tons of discs in here just to kind of showcase the thing. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of discs in this. As you can see, that look at all these discs in here. This is basically the entire show. So like every season you can think of, the movie, um, special features. I mean, there's the movie right there and things like that. Yeah, everything you can think of is basically in here. Um, but I really like this a lot. So Beavis and Butthead, I guess to give you a little bit background on this, and for those who kind of want to know where I stand with this and how I would recommend it and things like that. So basically, Beavis and Butthead was an MTV show throughout the early 90s. And it was basically two teenagers who were kind of slackers that really weren't going to go very far in life. And they sit around their TV all day. They make fun of music videos. They make fun of things that they see on TV and things like that. Anything that could be viewed as like a dirty reference and stuff, they like to make fun of. As you can even see by the front cover of this collection, they love to eat nachos and just make a mess and all that kind of stuff. They even have AC/DC and Metallica featured on their shirts and things like that. Um, so with me, I'm going to recommend this set in a very specific way. I would say because Beavis and Butthead was a very specific kind of show. It was one of those things where either you really like what they were doing or you really were kind of turned off by what they were doing. For the most part, I think it's a very funny show. I think Mike Judge himself, who created the show, and he's worked on like King of the Hill and Silicon Valley and things like that. One thing I think he did the best with this show, and he's done a lot of the voices. He does the teachers, he does the principal in this. He does Coach Buzzcut. He does a lot of the voices in this show as well, outside of just the Beavis and Butthead characters. Um, it's definitely like a commentary on the way we live and kind of how teenagers perceive things and how society perceives teenagers and things like that. And like I said, it's one of those things where you know you're into it right away if you're into it, and if you don't like it, you know right away that you're not into it. Um, and for me personally, Beavis and Butthead was something that it took me kind of a while to kind of learn the genius behind it, I guess. At first, it was just kind of like, okay, it's just this kind of weirdly animated show with these teenagers just kind of laughing at stuff that they find funny. But after a while, I really could pick up on like the commentary and things that maybe Mike Judge himself thinks about in our society. There's even an episode where this reporter completely misperceives something that Beavis and Butthead were doing when they watched this TV special about Benjamin Franklin and how he found out about electricity when the lightning bolt hit a kite and things like that, and how she basically completely misinterprets what they were doing when they were trying to go outside and imitate what Benjamin Franklin was doing and things like that. And I think that's definitely what the show really is about at heart. It's really about these. At heart, it's really these teenagers doing these dumb things, but Mike Judge having a commentary about it too. They work in a fast food joint, which I'm sure a lot of teenagers do. They're not the best in school, which I'm sure a lot of teenagers struggle with. Um, so I think Mike Judge has it coming from a place that a lot of people would recognize, but it's also a commentary about kind of all the things that happen in like our daily lives and things like that, and things we fear we see are going on behind the scenes at restaurants, or things we fear is going on in schools and things like that when it comes to people who are like Beavis and Butthead and things like that. Um, but I really do like this set. You really do kind of get everything in this. You get every episode of the show. The special features basically are when they had a special appearances. Like there was a Beavis and Butthead special appearance at like the Oscars one year and things like that in the 90s. They appeared in tons of music videos on MTV. Obviously most of the time they're just making fun of things that they're seeing in the music video and things like that. There also was a revival of this show back in 2011, and I do think everything that revival had as far as episodes went is on this set too. So you really do kind of get everything that Mike Judge has ever done with this show. There's even been whispers of a second Beavis and Butthead movie potentially happening eventually soon. Whether that's animated or live action, I don't really know yet. And obviously, it's way after the fact when the show was really successful. But I really like this set. I really hope, like I said, if you guys like the show, want to kind of just see what the show is about, I think I picked this up for about $26. So for almost every episode of the show, for getting the feature-length film from 1996, to getting special features that kind of depict every special appearance they've had on MTV, and at big events like the Oscars. They had a special cameo appearance on the David Letterman show back when their movie came out, and so Mike Judge did like the animation for that and the voices for that and everything. So they were kind of everywhere throughout the 90s. I kind of vaguely remember them since, I was really little at the time, but I do vaguely remember them kind of popping up everywhere in the 90s and things like that. So I'm going to give this set, if I have to give it a rating, because I do a lot of ratings here on my channel, a 9 out of 10. You really basically get the entire show. You get the movie, you get tons of special features, and it's tons of discs. You'll get tons of content when you buy this. So definitely a long, a lot of content to sit through if you love the show. I highly recommend getting this, like I said, if you're a fan of the show. And like I said, you'll know right away if you like it or don't like it. But if you really like Beavis and Butt-head or are a moderate fan of the show, it's not a bad pickup. For $26, the whole show, not a bad pickup at all. So 9 out of 10 for me. Highly recommend this DVD set. And I'll see you guys back here for another video.